Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book. And
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn it on.
We're getting it together, Lauren. It's cool.
Like, nope.
We're finally together.
Yay!
We made it happen. I've been trying to get on the show with Lauren, but for whatever reason, every Monday that she is booked, there has been an absolute snafu.
I mean, Mondays are kind of like a dumpster fire anyway, so we just
Fair.
kind of go with the flow.
Right? To be fair. So Lauren is so many things, but she is first and foremost the owner of O Places, and it's an arts and collaborative studio that is in Bourne, right?
Yep, a collaborative art studio and music lounge.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It is probably one of the most magical places I've ever been in. It just immediately sucks you in when you step into this place. And for whatever reason, you found yourself, your niche in kids' parties and group gatherings where they would no longer have a place to gather, but it's not like a hall. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. It's a lot of things. It definitely is one of those things that's hard to describe. You kind of have to walk in to understand it.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of how my brain works. That's the brain of an adult person with ADHD.
I love it.
You literally walk in and there's a lot going on, but it has a sense of calm. It
Yep.
has a good vibe. It's not like an overwhelming, a lot going on. But when you go in, we have a gift shop that has local vendors. They get 100% of their commissions. We have a complimentary coffee lounge where you can just come in, hang out, and
You got popcorn. You've
popcorn's
got,
the best. The art bar, the
You got a snake.
games, the snake Reddington. The toddlers got to watch him eat yesterday, so we're constantly learning. Yeah. Oh, cicadas. I brought the cicadas in yesterday.
hysterical. They are causing a ruckus in my neighborhood.
You have them?
Oh yeah. So when Emily came yesterday to print the game, so she's in Yarmouth, Brewster area, and she does not have this.
Yeah.
So she's like, I got out of the car and I felt like I was in the jungle. I'm like, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Welcome to Cicada Town.
And I don't know when they stopped singing, but they started, about yesterday.
A few days ago, and then it's so loud.
And it's at 1 decibel.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That
Yeah, I was going to
hum.
ask if you had seen them because I was going to bring them to you.
Oh yeah, no, thank
Yeah,
you. I'm
no.
good.
They're so cool.
They're so creepy looking with their little red beady eyes. What's up, Tina? She says, good morning. Best place ever.
Morning. Oh, thanks, Tina.
I know. Chocolate Nana. Some of the best chocolates I have ever
So
had
good.
in my life. They are problematic.
Specialty bonbons. We're actually going to get together. Chocolate Nana and I are going to collab and make resin bonbons so that she has show models to take with her.
Oh.
So I'm going to try to mimic her artistic skill on her chocolates.
How fun
and
is
create it with
that?
resin. We'll see. We'll see how fun that
You're
is.
right.
No, it's going to be great.
I love that you're still taking leaps in your artistry. I got to see a private commission today that I was just so proud of you for.
I'm so excited.
Somebody sent you a photo and then you just painted this photo and it was incredible and definitely in a style that you're not used to.
An 1800 style artist is definitely not my style. So
What's up, Susan?
Took a leap of faith, and what can go wrong? It's painting. I must have painted over it 100 times. So what can go wrong? We finished it at midnight last night.
Recently, what came up in one of your memories was what kind of started it all.
Oh God.
So are you okay to talk about where
Absolutely.
how we got here?
Literally, this is my entire journey. Like when I came on here the first time with you, this was not.
Yeah.
This is a whole rebranded
Yeah,
me.
This is a new Lauren.
And it's just been the cycle of doing, trying, throwing shit at the wall and
Yeah.
seeing what sticks. And it has been amazing. It's
Yeah.
been absolutely incredible. So I just love, you never know what's going to happen. It's just.
It was a couple of kindness rocks that she had made before. She's not an artist.
Oh,
She
thank
didn't
you.
go to art school.
ADHD. Thank you. You
I
brought
know.
me right back.
I got you
So-
back. I got you. But you
So,
were a school
yes.
teacher who left your job. You're like, no
Yeah.
more. I'm not doing this anymore.
I was all done working with corporate. but I still needed a job on the side. So I worked at a really good local
So
restaurant.
annoying.
I know.
Bills.
And they needed rocks. The chefs needed rocks to hold down the food receipts. And so I was like, let me just paint on some rocks. I wasn't in the great headspace. I was kind of like spiraling. I was on the wrong medication, not properly diagnosed with my issues, and I painted rocks. And before I know it, people were asking me to paint more. I painted a set of titties. I painted a beer bottle saying it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Those two were how this all started.
I love it.
So then I got in the world of resin, and here we are, just seeing what sticks.
And then now we're opening up an arts collaborative studio. It's like, yes, come in, create your own things. I did this. But I just watching how much you've grown in that space, really incredible.
That's what it took. It took the time, about 4 years of painting, shells, rocks, commissions, resin, playing around, and like I said, throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks, seeing what people enjoy, and just evolving from there. And when you do things that make you feel good, it boosts your confidence, and then you just continue to chase that.
This is a new world for me also. I'm
Isn't
definitely not creative,
weird?
but I'm also, forging my own path and doing my own things. Susan, you're out there. Your woo wagon looks really good right now. She got this old horse trailer that she's taking apart so that she can do her readings and take it with her wherever she's going. And so she's kind of showcasing the whole process.
Yeah. Wait, was that the one that was white? It started off white?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I've been following this.
Awesome.
I haven't seen it blue yet.
All right. I'm definitely looking forward to the woo wagon. And
woo wagon. Woo.
Yes, like witchy woo. No, it was white. It's still white.
I'm also deaf. That's one of my problems. It's real. I'm 80% deaf. We are going to be having ASL classes at Places. So if you're looking to learn,
I love that.
Yes, I'm a deaf person with no skill.
I definitely want to learn, because recently I showed up at a new place that we've got a brand new trivia going on over at Smith Family Beer Garden, which is now rebranded as Neptune's. Sue Salvinson, our mermaid hair lady, has been kicked this off. But I went there to go see the space, and I'm walking around, and one of the carpenters was deaf. And so I was like, hello, excuse me, looking for the owner. Hello, 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 hello. And he's like, I'm deaf.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know things. I know nothing.
Hi.
And then I was like, shoot, I really should know a few things in sign language.
Yeah.
Just in case I ever come into this situation again, which is not often, but also I felt so off, me as a person, like I didn't know how to say anything to you. It's not like I had a chalkboard with me that I could write things down on, or, not even hello. I was like, I am so underprepared for this moment.
And then you think the flip side of it, they can't hear.
Yeah.
So I just got hearing aids 5 years ago. I did not realize I couldn't hear what I couldn't hear, but I don't know lyrics to songs. Everything was just sounds. And so even though I have good speech, it's because I learned my speech when I was little.
Yep.
But I can't hear shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
It sounds like I'm underwater. And so I want to learn sign language, but I have a processing disorder.
Yep.
So it's a lot to take in and memorize, because I have no recall. So it's gonna be interesting, but we'll see what happens.
It's like Dory learning sign language.
That's exactly what it is. Well, I used to teach preschool all the time. You think I'd know something? Like, is this one thank you?
I know. That's exactly what I was doing. I said, this apple. I don't know. I don't know what to do with my hands anymore. It's like Talladega Nights up in here. And that ain't a good sign language for sure. What's up, Liz? Hi, Holly. Good morning, Miss Emily. And we've got a lot of people checking in with us this morning. We've got Lauren from Places, who's just a magical human being and is also our arts director at the Mashpee Farmers Market. And the joy on families' faces when they see you, and then they see whatever activity you've popped up with for the day is awesome.
It has been so fun shaping it into something more than just being a face painter.
Right.
I was just going to show up and be a face painter, and we've managed to turn it into this kid zone where, I don't know if you saw last week, we had a couple of dads. They sat on that bench for about an hour and a half playing Legos with their boys. Kids just kept joining them, and they had the best time. And that's what it's about, giving them that space to do these things. They want to play.
Yep.
but for some reason you got to put it out there for them.
Yeah.
So we have a craft table, we have a toddler table, we have the Lego table, face painting, and then usually bubble something.
Above and beyond
Something like
every
that.
single week. This is so wonderful. So definitely think about making a donation to our artistry and our studio and our
And
area.
that's the best part too.
Yeah.
It's free. The kids zone is free at the market. Face painting is additional if you want your face painted, but the kids zone is free. So just come, have fun, do a little shopping, get the whole family involved. We've got puppies walking around.
Oh my, we have chickens.
Oh my gosh, yes. I saw the chickens.
No, well, this week we've got chicks. There's some new arrivals apparently that happened.
You just never know. Every week you never know.
It is really a magical space that we've created at Mashpee. And we're going to try and recreate some of that magic over at the Canal Farmers Market. But we hit the season late. We weren't able to write any grants. We are doing this on a hope and a wing and a prayer and just asking for community support putting this together.
Yeah.
We're working with the Canal Region Chamber to work on their marketing tools because they've got a great tether and a great outreach. And we've got a little bit of food that we're adding to the Canal Region Farmers Market for basically it's a Canal concert series. So we've already got bodies. We've already got people used to coming to this event.
Yeah.
And now we're just going to be adding food there to bolster this whole event. So, because we've tried a couple of times in Bourne to get a farmer's market going.
Yeah. And it just hasn't quite been successful yet. But
yeah,
I mean, the whole reason you're doing this is because of the food injustice on Cape Cod.
Correct.
We struggle with finding fresh food resources.
Yep.
And that goes the same for the market.
Yes.
So we are trying to get local people together to share that space because it's important. It's important to support local. It's important to know where your food source is coming from. And not to mention the prices now just...
they're outrageous.
It's absolutely outrageous. So.
Teresa is Van's Nans. Hello. Good morning,
Hi.
everybody. Also, ASL Pocket Sign app is fun and easy to remember. Thank you for that.
Good to know.
Look at this. We got a lot of love in here. Melissa.
Good morning.
Oh, places. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. Yeah, we do have a lot of fun. And the great thing is, it's not just me. The space is a collaborative, and I really emphasize that. I want people to come in and do what they do. I don't have to facilitate everything.
Right.
It's a space for people to come. So we started doing the adult Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep.
We did it
Love
once
this.
or twice a month. They love it so much. We're doing it every week now.
Yeah, that's
every
awesome.
Thursday, that's what they do.
Well, sometimes you just got to let things happen organically. And that is something that I'm okay with waiting around for and fostering.
Yeah.
I think it's hard for people sometimes when you're an entrepreneur or you've got this business idea and you think it's going to go one certain way.
Yeah.
And if you're not able to just kind of allow it to grow the way it's going to grow, people have a hard time with that.
Right. And I have really learned over the years to let go of all expectations.
Yeah.
I was pushing 7 days a week, throwing all these events on, and everyone's like, why are you doing so much? I never know because I needed to know what was going to work, what was sustainable, what people want to see. And that's how it's been. And so I've gone from 7 days to now being able to be open for maybe 5 days because we just got done hosting birthday party number 100.
Unbelievable. Oh, I love that.
So excited. 100 birthday celebrations in the past year and a half.
Perfect.
It's, I couldn't have asked for it.
Yeah, if you're looking for a fun and magical
better.
space to have a birthday party at, because every single year is going to be different, right? I feel like every mom and dad and caregiver, grandparent is always looking for like, what now? We did a swim party last year.
Yeah.
I was in this. We had 5 kids. It was always a struggle. What are we going to do for this party? How are we going to top that one? We had a petting zoo at the last one. How are we going to do?
And they
what are we
have
going
a
to do?
lot of cool spaces, but you've constantly got that chasing your kids and where are they? And, there's a lot of that. So when you come to a places, there's a space for the adults to kind of hang out in the lounge and a place for the kids to play. They're in your eyesight and they're all just doing their own thing. They might be making jewelry or doing clay or singing karaoke.
Right. You
There's
don't have to
something for
go to a
everybody.
hall and dust it off and
Right.
worry about all that stuff. No, it's already there for you. And then you can just leave it behind. And that's really the beauty of the things that you provide for people.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. I had my birthday party there. It was fun.
Sure did.
We had a little bit of karaoke. We had a little bit of painting projects. It was 80s themed. We had black lights. I was a happy gal.
And that's the thing. You can do whatever theme you want. You
Yep.
make it your own. We coordinate with the decorations, the balloons, but you ultimately create the party that you want.
Lindsay, good morning, girls. You are very awake and chipper this morning.
Always.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
It's me at 5 a.m.
Yes, you too. Oh my God.
All
the
right.
moment I wake up.
I
Let's
do.
go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Once again, I have coffee to like chill me out.
Yes.
It's like,
I have other resources.
yeah. I've got the equivalent of the Zoomies when I wake up. I need to go. I need to do things. Let's have it. I've been in full creation and curation of Restaurant Week here in Mashpee. And this has been my baby. You know, the outgoing director, Julie, I love her, but she was like, we're having Restaurant Week. We created Restaurant Week. Girl, you said the word Restaurant Week out loud. That does not mean that you made anything.
This is what we're doing now.
Restaurant Week, Restaurant
Stephanie.
Week, Restaurant Week. It's like Beetlejuice. It didn't just pop up. I had to go out there and like do this.
Yeah.
So this has been such a collaboration of efforts. I think this is something that I do, I feel like really well is I'm okay to let people take the reins and be the project manager. I'm not a micromanager by any means. I'm like, you do what you do, do what you do. However it
Make
is
it
that you want to
yours.
do it in this space, make it yours, grow it, foster it. It's yours. I got enough jobs. I don't need to do yours too. So if I'm bringing you into a project, listen here, this is yours.
Yeah, do it. Enjoy it.
We're never going to fight about it because I've got other things going on.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. So I brought in Shored Up Digital, and Marnelli and Angela are phenomenal.
Yeah.
They made appointments with all of the restaurants here in Mashpee. They went in, created content, took photos, took videos, did all of these wonderful things as a trade for their membership.
Yeah.
So I was so thankful for that.
Isn't the trade world so beautiful?
I love this.
my
Can we
gosh.
always help each other out in these spaces?
Yes.
There are things we can do for each other that do not include money.
Yep.
And I think it's really important to talk about because, yes, while trade does not feed your families, what's going to come from this is we're going to get a lot of people excited about coming to eat in Mashpee, and then the restaurants are going to win.
Right.
And then they're going to be able to support us in the leaner times. But right now, food is such an issue.
Absolutely.
And this is why we started this farmers market. This week, we just had the call that Meals on Wheels is no longer helping our seniors on Tuesdays.
Oh,
So, I mean, there are other places on the Cape that are going to be able to step it up and move this forward. I know Jenny Wheeler does a great job over at the Family Table Collaborative, but this is
she's
only
amazing.
one spot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that the Cape is huge.
It's a huge undertaking.
Geographically, we need to be able to move our food around in this short time span in which food is alive and healthy for us to eat and move it. You know how much produce you throw away every single week because we get excited, we're going to make meals, and then our life gets busy.
Yep.
And then it rots in our fridge. Or we don't feel like cooking today. This didn't happen. Think about that on a grand scale of things. 60% of the food that we grow here in the United States gets thrown away. Thrown away. We can be feeding it to livestock. We can be composting. And I'm not going to be on here yelling at you to recycle. Listen, we're doing our best.
But that's the thing. We always have to do better.
Right,
It is
I
our
agree.
job as humans. We literally have no other job in the world. At the end of the day, money doesn't matter. You die being the best possible human you can be.
Yeah, yeah, I
That's all
agree.
that matters.
Hi, Chris Ball. Thank you very much to Mashpee TV that has really stepped it up and given us a home while I've been
Yeah, this is
displaced with my
great.
home studio. I went downstairs to look at it yesterday. I sat there staring on the steps. I looked at it for about 20 minutes and I'm like, all right,
We're done here.
I was here. Emily asked me if we had a team meeting today because she said, Lemonadio get together. I said, no, that's Lemonadio get it together. That's me scheduling time to get my life in order. Don't worry, Emily. It's not a meeting you're missing.
It's the get your shit together memo. I like that.
Because I am working on time blocking.
Right.
I am working on giving myself a time to get certain things done and then sticking with it because I need to.
It is so weird you just said that. I literally, that is my only battle right now.
Yeah.
I took, month of May kind of slow so I could catch up and get those things done. And I'm like, all right, this is the time that I'm going to set up what I have to do every day.
Yep.
Because this thing just does not stay on track.
Right.
It's
So you got to
my
make it
worst
stay
enemy.
on track,
Yes.
right? You got to build the track.
Yes. I got to build the track without the extra medication because I don't need to take another thing.
Right.
But learning those tools,
I know it's hard.
it's a whole skill set, but I am willing
And
to
be
do
gentle on yourself. I
Right.
mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, and
Mm-mm.
neither is this brain and the
Nope.
pathways in which I'm getting stuff done. And it's not cute. I gotta tell you, it's not. I'm a bear. We take it out
it's
on the
such a
people that
messy
we love the
process.
most. So my poor family bears the brunt of this. And they're like, we wish people could see this, Stephanie. I said, everyone's
you
seen
though?
this, Stephanie. They just choose not to see that, Stephanie.
We all have another
The
side
thing.
of us. We all have the side that's exhausted and has just done.
Right?
And that's okay. That's okay. As long as we, unleash it
Oh,
with respect.
look at your husband here. Good morning, babe.
Hey, babe.
Let's just talk about supportive partners here for 1 second. I think that this is becoming a theme over the last few weeks of my guests, and having a supportive partner that not only fosters you creatively, professionally, and personally is such a wonderful, we're so thankful for you, Brian.
He is
right?
incredible. I mean, not only we've been together 22 years. He not only is he my soulmate, he's literally, he gets this journey. He gets life. He gets, we struggle, but he gets it. He gets that sometimes I'm going to be 80, he's going to be 20. Sometimes he's going to be 80, I'm going to be 20. Sometimes we're going to be 50-50, but we know no matter what, we got each other's back. And that that's really something. I mean, I still hear women that are stuck with what do you call it? Like just back in the day where women had to.
Today is National Old Maid Day, by the way.
Thank you. There you go. Bring that right in. Old Maid. Yes.
And it said, and I'm going to read this to you. And I was like, wait, what? Old Maid Day. If you're not married by 28, it means you're an old maid. This is the word from a Lennox survey, which is a Chinese company. They found that 78% of Americans think a woman should be married by the age of 28 or it's just too late. Men get a break. Just 66% of Americans think men should say I do by the time that they're that age. 28% of Americans think guys should hit 29 before settling down at all. You are less emotionally mature than we are. We're just saying.
Well, we were all talking earlier that we were all around the same age. When we got married.
24.
I was 23. Chris was 23.
Yeah, same. My starter marriage, that was cute, but
It's totally different world
I
these
learned what I
days.
didn't need.
It's so different. It's so different. And I think that's the difference is women are finally understanding that they are worth more.
I found a study that says we need close relationships to survive. Science says close relationships aren't just nice to have. We need them to survive. So I think it's great that we're finally having this conversation. Yeah, COVID brought this out for us to talk about. But I think 5 years later, we're still now looking at that going, oh, okay, here we are.
Yeah.
So we're in a moment where we do need each other.
Yeah. And it doesn't just have to be your spouse. It can be any supportive partner.
Yep.
Someone in your life. You don't need a ton of friends. You just need one person that's got your back.
Yep. Scientists found that not only do close relationships make for happier people, but they also contribute to our overall well-being. Intimate relationships are better able to achieve goals with support of their loved ones, higher self-esteem, less stress, feeling a greater sense of purpose.
Yep.
Right. This is the communities in which we're building here with these markets. So I think it's really important if you've not come and supported one or checked it out, even come wade your toe in. We're not telling you to go all rah, rah, hippie and run around the fields for us, but you absolutely can.
I will be. But it's all all like-minded people that are there for the same thing. They
Yeah.
want the good atmosphere,
Yeah.
the music, the entertainment. It's
Right?
just good vibes all around.
Yeah, totally. We've got Katie Brown for entertainment this week. You have been working on booking some entertainment for the Canal Farmers Market. We are just like 2 weeks away from this.
I know.
And I finally like dug in yesterday and I was like, we need to do some work on this. I need to call people back. We got to like firm up the schedule, firm up the map, talk to it. I got Dion from the Board of Health, who has the best radio voice. Just call the Board of Health and ask to speak to Dion, just cause. Tell him Stephanie sent you. This voice, I was like, sir, you need to be doing radio,
Is he coming
TV.
on air?
I would love him to.
That would be great.
I think he's more of a behind the scenes kind of guy. But I was like, hi.
I like to hear some of the behind the scenes
Hi.
kind of stuff, though.
Such a good voice. I was like, oh, your skills are being wasted over there at the Department of Health.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, maybe you'll persuade him to chase a new
I
passion.
absolutely love it. I'm telling you what. But I was like, when are you coming to inspect us? Like to see you in person, sir.
Have you met him yet in person?
No.
Oh, gosh. Make it happen.
I know.
Let's go.
I know. I don't want to be that creepy girl.
Hey, you want to come on the show and talk about some
I
Board of Health
know.
stuff?
What's up, Dave Hagner? Thanks for joining us on the show. Dave is such a big supporter of Habitat for Humanity. They've got their golf tournament coming up, and we
Amazing.
definitely support them. I'm on one of their committees. It was really funny. It was like an end of the year party in which they were thanking all their volunteers, and Dave goes, "What are you doing here?" I said, "Not all of us swing a hammer."
What do you mean? What are you doing here? You
Right?
are everywhere.
I'm only everywhere, or the perception of me being everywhere, because we have so many great collaborators.
Yeah.
We have so many great people that jump in and do the work for us to be able to be everywhere, which I think is really important to talk about. But yeah, I will be everywhere this summer. I am going to be driving a truck for a midnight hour.
Beep, beep. Let's
Beep,
go.
beep, get out of my way. We're selling scallops too.
Scallops, you're bringing honey.
Right? Mushrooms. And now I'm working
Mushrooms.
with Matthew over at Great Marsh Salt, pushing his salt around when he cannot be at markets, because we are
Amazing.
only one human being, right?
Right.
And we can only do so many things. Our farmers are struggling, and what they need to do is be able to stay on their farm and farm food. That's what
Yep.
they're good at, right? But for them to come to market for us, it's planning, it's packing, it's putting this in a refrigerated vehicle, it's getting it to the farmer's market, it's spending a whole day at the farmer's market, meeting people, talking to people, getting people invested.
And you
And
can't be
why?
farming.
Right. And this is taking
While
them
you're
away
there.
from what they need to be doing, is focusing on making us food. So we're trying to work on this gleaning program where we're driving to farms, bringing the food, picking up all of the things that they're really good at, and then bringing them to the farms and selling it for them. And then, eliminating this space for them so that they can continue to do what they do best.
And
So,
why are we doing that?
well, because we need to.
Exactly. Literally just because we need to.
Yeah, people need to be closer to their food sources. We have so much cancer here on the Cape. We have so many people that are struggling with feeding themselves and finding better ways to eat fresh, eat healthy. Our average right now, I think, is like 600 miles before where you're getting your food from. We want to get it to like 15.
Right.
Like my food came in 15 miles of where I'm from. It really is the best way that we can support eating healthfully and living longer, better lives.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we could live to be 100, but if we're on 400 medications, it can only open our eyes.
Yes.
Why are we doing this? So it's a greater conversation, I think, that we're having as overall humans.
Yeah, and we'll
Liz
be able
says-
to talk a lot about it at the market, bringing in new vendors,
Yeah.
resource tables.
Yeah, we've got the Better Business Bureau joining us. We've got CMAP joining us, and they're the ones that let us know where all the farmers are and how we can
Oh,
support them
that's
and what kind of benefits they can offer us. Liz says that means Erica is an old maid. And Liz says she can be a backup driver. This is awesome.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
No, I could not cut wood with a table saw. Could you really, Dave, do you want to put me at the table saw section? I will emerge fingerless. What? You were talking to me? Gone. That's it. So we've got a poll question out there, and no one's jumped on the poll question.
No?
I'm obsessed with John Hughes movies.
Yeah.
We did this movie montage for trivia this week of what movies these are, and these were all like cult classic films. But what is the best John Hughes film? And so your choices are Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
I can say that's the only one I've seen.
Breakfast Club, Uncle Buck, or Home Alone. Those are
Wait,
tough choices.
Home
These are
Alone was one?
all John Hughes movies,
Oh,
right?
I didn't realize Home Alone was too.
Right. And he wrote and directed all of these movies,
Okay.
which the mind of John Hughes not only is fabulous, but it's a good soundtrack. Everything that he picked, so good. So yeah, I thought that's a tough one right there, because I think they all kind of.
Well, Ferris Bueller, I was made to watch in school.
Oh, sorry.
And it might have actually been summer school my last year. So yeah.
Cliff cut out that Ben Stein whole spiel where no one's paying attention. Somebody's drooling on the desk, like that whole 2-minute
Skit.
diatribe. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah. So
But
I'm
he
going to
was-
have to say Home Alone.
Yeah. Home Alone. Okay. At Breakfast Club, the most commercially successful John Hughes movie ever, Uncle Buck. Why? Because it costs so little to make? Just curious. How is that even possible? But that was the big one. Home Alone, says Melissa. Yeah, I think Home Alone has become a classic staple watch for every family household.
And the first one, just the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I didn't jump into all the other
Yeah.
ones.
No,
No, it's not for me.
you can't. You just can't.
So talk to me a little bit about the Bourne Youth Council.
Yes, Bourne Youth Council is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1994. It was set to dissolve during COVID. Unfortunately, they lost 2 out of the 3 members, and the remaining member asked if it was something I was interested in taking over. She loved watching what we were doing, and before I got the studio, I was offering free events at the park, and so it just kind of went hand in hand. And so Bourne Youth Council is now a collaboration of volunteers that want to put on fun, free events for the community. I know Jen Christian is having a bike rodeo coming up.
She's awesome.
We are also having a bike rodeo, and I reached out to her, and she will be bringing Car Seat Mama.
Perfect.
We do the Halloween flash mob. We're hoping to start a Christmas parade. May not be this year, maybe next year. But it's just humans. that
Can we
wanna
talk
get
a little bit
together.
about how Easter went for you?
Oh
you
my
psycho?
God! Yes. Wow, I kind of left that one in the past, didn't I?
It's like a couple of months
was
ago.
Amazing. Yeah. Can you believe?
I know.
It feels like forever ago. We had a line of hundreds of people getting ready for the town-wide Easter egg hunt. This is hosted by Shelby Palmer.
She is
Again,
awesome.
She is, and I say this lightly, she is just another Bourne resident that wants to do better in our community. And
Yeah.
so she was like, hey, let's do a town-wide egg hunt. She's created 100 wooden cutout characters.
So cool.
Families in Bourne host the characters, and now we're doing it for a week. It's not just a one day. We host the characters.
Well, it's a lot of work for just one day, you know?
Yes, it is. It took about 10 hours.
I don't have to say you know to you. I'm like, you did it.
10 hours to deliver about 30,000 eggs around the town of Bourne, and it was literally the best week ever. Kids just driving around. They come to a places, they get the map, and then they get to drive around, and every character
It's really cool.
has a basket of eggs. And
Yeah.
it's all done by Shelby, and people just donating goods from Amazon wish list and making it happen.
Yeah, we love you, Shelby. Really, the amount of work that you do for nothing other than a thank you is so amazing. Yeah.
It's incredible.
But those are the community members that we are engaging. So if this sounds like you and you've got time and you want to be involved in this, show up at the field. You might not necessarily get a job right away. You might not necessarily put a paintbrush in your hand and tell you to do X. But honestly, just sit around and absorb it and see where you could fit in to support it.
Yeah.
I
and
think
the
that
great
this is
thing
the best way.
It's not time consuming.
Right.
We're not asking for your time. We don't have these regimented meetings. It's yes, we meet up and we talk about what's going to be happening once a month. But other than that, we're just putting on these events. A
Yeah.
lot of it happens just behind the scenes, and then you just show up to help with the events.
Yeah.
So Bourne Youth Council is looking for volunteers for the Canal Region Farmers Market. We would love to have people that are going to help our vendors, help with the kids zone, just kind of get involved with community, handing out pamphlets and getting a lot of local resources out there.
Yeah, I think that this is the only way that we move forward is to get our youth involved in doing these activities. I lovingly, forcefully made my children support this market when we first started it, but now they bring their friends. Now
Yeah.
we've got a great group of teens that show up every single week that want to support it, to the point where I wrote a grant for it. We've got a little handbook now. We're working with Mashpee High School. And it's that space in between, right? They're growing up, they're teenagers, and it's nice for them to see a way that they could possibly work into this, not only giving, but also maybe finding a space for them to sell things, learn entrepreneurship skills, learn talking to people again, since since we're like this all day.
Yeah. And I mean, look at Lily's resume, being a market manager.
Yeah.
You know, she is getting so many life skills just being put out there. How
Yeah.
to talk to people. It's huge. So
Well,
all these skills can be put down.
Yeah, putting our teenagers in managerial spots, in leadership positions. I think it's really important to foster these skills, and really let them be in charge of it. And it's a safe environment to let them be in charge of it.
Yep.
It is something that was never gifted to me. It was just kind of inherent. I didn't really learn any sort of leadership until I went into the military and saw how it worked.
Mhm.
I wasn't a leader by any means there. I was definitely a follower of a system. My leadership, I think, was learned being the oldest grandkids. I was just talking to this with my cousins. So each of our cousins have partners.
Yeah.
We got like 32 first cousins on my mom's side. It's wild. But her and I were like put in a room of 20 kids and like entertain them for no money. Good luck, bye, you're babysitting. And we're like, what the hell are we supposed to do with this? How many kids do I get a diaper in here? It was wild. So this is where we learned our leadership,
Yeah.
right? It was,
Sink or swim.
right. Trial by fire. My cousin was like, you were the
you all
creative
survive?
one. You were the imaginative one. I was just the boss, the rule maker.
Yeah.
I was like, but that was where we learned it from. So it wasn't really a system. It wasn't a safe zone where they could flex the leadership. So we're kind of creating these spaces with the Bourne Youth Council, with the Mashpee Farmers Market. We're giving them leadership things. So all of our National Honor Society, art and smarts and all of the other ones require them to do community service hours.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to be this big project, this big thing that they have to check off. We're trying to make this fun, but also have them learn a skill while they're doing it. I'm not a fan of wasted hours or doing things for just doing them sake.
Right.
I'm not a person that just, there's always got to be a reason why we're doing this, right? We're crafting these skills so that they can utilize them in some other fashion. And we're finally talking about putting all of this together
Yes.
in real life motion and real life skills so that they can go on and take this opportunity, this moment that, yeah, they're not getting money for this, but they're learning something and they're getting that
Getting life
confidence.
skills, and confidence is the biggest thing. I mean, just now and from the beginning of the market last year to now, just repeating that process
Yeah.
and seeing it just snowball into a greater than you can imagine.
Right.
Really just boost your confidence naturally.
Isn't it crazy from being blown around that field in Mashpee with like just a few people
Yeah.
to where it is now, and
It's
it's got a life of its own?
amazing? And it's you, the people
Yeah.
that show up and the vendors that come, and it's not always easy. We
No.
get that.
It is not.
We know like weather, you got to play around with the weather, but you've done an incredible job supplying that tent now.
We're just working on it. And thank you very much to Bespoke. Thank you very much to Knockabout, who offers this space to us, and the supportive people that are involved. Kristen from Mashpee Commons. She's been at the market every single week. I was like, oh, are we making a regular out of you? I think we might.
How can you not?
Yeah.
How can you not make it a part of your Sunday morning? It's
Yeah.
just
And the amount of
fun.
dogs this week,
Bring them.
I love
Bring
it. Dogs
all the
and
dogs.
kids and seniors. It was just, it's a magical space.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to be doing this 2 times a week, one in the morning. If Sundays are not a good day for you, we're going to be doing this on Thursday evenings. And you are making waves for our market. Talk about this.
We
I-
are making waves.
Let's just get a round of applause here for Lauren, who is like, I'll jump in. I'll throw my body on the line. Sure, whatever.
What else
Talk
can
about
I
the
do?
swim, you crazy thing.
So back to losing my shit a few years ago, I found myself
circle.
in the ocean. And okay, I hated the ocean. I hated everything in it. It freaked me out. Don't touch my toes. So heebie-jeebies, right?
Yes.
What better way to get over that than just challenge
It's like
yourself?
immersion therapy.
Just do it. And so I would go along the shore, I was like, all right, this is okay. And I go a little further. And before I knew it, I was out there for hours. And I'm like, holy shit. How did I do this? And so now I use that as a tool to fundraise. We're at almost $3,000.
Incredible.
I am trying to raise $4,000 for the Canal Regions Farmers Market because it costs money for insurance, permits, entertainment, all the things. And we are almost there. So in a couple weeks, I was going to do it this week, but the weather has not been cooperative and my body does need to stay in the ocean for almost 4 hours.
Not like the guy who just said he swam around Martha's Vineyard, but got out every single day. He did like 1 or 2 hours, got in and got out, but he went all the way around.
Wow, really?
Took him 12 days to do it. I was like, did you
Does
though?
that count?
Right. If it's I haven't seen a video of this.
Yeah.
There's no real social media following. Suspect, buddy. Suspect.
That's us. I will be doing the swim straight. It's about 4 miles. It'll take me almost 4 hours. And yeah, it's so worth it. So if you want to help the cause, I am sending the checks right over to Lemonade Co. We also accept cash, Venmo, or PayPal. My Venmo is at Oplasis. If you can just make a note that says swim donation, or you can mail checks to 125 Main Street, Buzzards Bay.
Yeah, I'm going to share this in the link and share it on our social media too, because you've really been doing such an amazing job of supporting the market and getting this thing off of the ground. We've got signage ordered. We've got tables. We've got the people now. Now we just need you to come in and support this and support our food and our work.
Yep. And if any businesses want to get on the gratitude banner, I am going to be putting Brian's Marine Service on there.
Once again, your husband is amazing. He has really stepped it up.
He surprised me with a $500 donation for the market. He so far is
So
our
awesome.
biggest sponsor. And then his marina where he rents a bay also donated a nice big check. So thank you so much to Connolly Marine and Brian's Marine Service.
Amazing.
Making it happen.
I know. I get like teary. I'm choked up over here about it. Dad's Day is coming. What are you doing for Dad? Our friend over here at Summerfield Spa, Elizabeth, was doing some men's facials.
Oh.
So I was like, Cliff, would you want one of those? No, I don't want one of those. And then he was watching the video. He's like, I might want one of those. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to get you. Want to talk about our spouses and the amount of work. My husband does not use the word no with me. He just tries to steer me in other directions.
Yeah. How can we do it maybe
This is shiny
way?
over here. Can we go over here? Stop looking at that. We don't need that. Because he doesn't need another job. He just doesn't. But honestly, when he sees the need for it, he can't say no either. So we make a terrible team in saying no. In that respect, we just get it done. And I was like, you need to de-stress. His stress level has been like behind his eyeballs.
Yeah.
So we definitely
Same with
need to
mine.
figure out a way to maybe
And
we'll
that's the
send them
thing.
both for facials.
It's so hard to get them gifts. So
Yeah.
why not treat the body?
Yeah.
It's the one thing you got.
I said pedicure to him the other day and he got so excited. And then I got tripped up at work and tied up and I was like, you go on. I'm not going to go in there by myself. I said, you absolutely are going to go in there by yourself.
Did
And
he?
So yeah, he did.
Oh, awesome.
He's like, it was
I remember
so
he was talking
amazing.
about it. Good for you.
He was very excited
And
about
that's
it.
important too. Dating yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to do things with people. That was the biggest lesson I've learned recently. Is
Yeah.
Stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to find those, fake relationships, if you will.
Yeah.
Start dating yourself. It's so much fun.
It's important.
I've gone
You're
on
right.
so many adventures.
And I'm enough people for everybody in here. I'll sit for days. My husband's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm busy.
So
We're
men,
busy.
Get those pedicures, get those facials.
Yes, please. World Naked Bike Riding Day is coming up.
Woohoo!
Just so happens to coincide with Flag Day. And we've got an event happening here in Mashpee. We're doing a little neighborhood cleanup.
Nice.
I know.
Much needed.
Mary Lou Palumbo is fabulous. Gary, her husband, has become an entrepreneur member of the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce, and he works for Think Plus, which is a greener energy source. So he has organized this cleanup, and her and I are going to be here at Mashpee TV a little bit later today, working on a promo video. Once again, thank you very much to Mashpee TV, who has a hard time telling me no. He just keeps making these promo videos for us, no matter how busy they are with graduation here in Mashpee, golf tournaments, and whatever else that they're covering here. channel 1072 in HD. If you're not getting that, get a new box. Call 1-800-COMCAST. They are so supportive of so many town endeavors that we have here.
Yeah.
So we are going to be doing a little cleanup meeting at Red Brick Road, and this is going to be on Flag Day. And we're raising some money for Heroes in Transition, which is another Mashpee nonprofit that does amazing things for our veterans and our returning soldiers for programming and whatnot. And Cindy Jones is just an amazing human being. And so we're going to be doing that here on Flag Day. So
Awesome.
maybe we will see some naked bike riders. You just never know what's going to happen there. But
We'll see some naked cleanuppers too.
we have not checked in with our friend Ashley, who is our resident Karen Reed and the analysis person. But we have a Karen Reed trial enthusiast over here. What happened yesterday?
Missed a beat. Oh my gosh.
Talk to me, Goose.
You are not in it. Please get in it, because if you're like me and you're naive and you just trust and believe the good in everybody, unfortunately, you're in for a real awakening, because it's not the case. Unfortunately, it's not the case for everybody. So we are learning as the Karen Reed case unfolds that the state of Massachusetts is quite corrupt. And yesterday, whoo, did we lay down a bombshell?
I love that they call the judge Auntie Bev.
She's
like, I'm
Auntie
not
Bev
over it.
because she's corrupt. She's related to
Auntie Bev.
I don't even want to say their names, but she's related, and it's just all so. Ugh. So right after she denied another mistrial, yet again, because she wants to continue this circus, Sergeant Barrows dropped a bombshell. And he was at the house and saw the taillight pretty much intact with some damage and a piece missing, but nothing like the 37, 34, whatever pieces that they claim to have found, and was able to lay down that hammer and say, absolutely, the taillight was tampered with.
Interesting.
You don't say. So it's just kind of all unfolding. It's sad to say that Karen has spent almost 3 years of her life.
This is not what you're going to be known for, right? This is like the Amanda Knox thing. This is like
it's awful.
Right?
Like, you can't get that back.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, and Ashley firmly believes that she's fully guilty. It's just
no,
she does. She's like, don't get me wrong, she definitely did it. I'm like, oh boy. And so there are people on both sides of this, right? I'm like,
so you know,
I'd love to get you two to spar with each other.
The only story that hasn't changed is Karen's.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have so many, it's just and the evidence, it's undeniable.
We have a whole fan of Pacellas in here. Is Vanna doing anything fun recently? I'd like to know.
Hi, Vanna.
I know. She's awesome. All the Pacellas are here. Melissa, Stephanie is all the people. I am not. Spill the tea. Two of my favorite ladies. Good morning, Miss Jamie Price. Calico Lobster. Can I just tell you, every time I see your girls, I just immediately smile. They bring me so much joy. And it's just by looking at them, because they're so joyful. They're so cute.
They come over and visit the face painting table every time I'm there.
Just watching them walk over to the Mackay shaved ice area this week just brought me so. I was just like sat there watching Cliff's like, what are you doing? I'm like, watching the girls.
Just watching the kids. Yeah.
They just make me happy. They're so stinking cute. Children. Honestly. Good morning, Miss Tanya. Goat yoga season is on us.
I almost wore my new shirt today. I was debating, but I need to kind of send a message, create a better world. So I had to go with this one today. But Tanya, thank you so much for my new Mindful Goat Yoga t-shirt with pride.
If you've never done her goat yoga, it is so much fun. I absolutely adore her little farm of goats. She brought one of her furry friends with her to the farmer's market this week. She just keeps adopting animals.
Yes, she does. Little Poppy. Poppy is so cute.
And I love that we've become a place for animals to be socialized. Yeah, that's also your husband. You're correct.
So actually, Homeschool Group was asking if we would be able to have a reptile day at the farmer's market. Where
so
people
fun.
Bring their reptiles. So I guess I'm asking you now.
Okay, let's do a reptile day.
There you go, homeschool kids. So we'll bring Reddington.
I think this is amazing.
You never know what's going to happen. And that's why it's so fun.
And I love that everybody's talking to themselves in the chat over here.
Oh, I can't wait to catch up because usually I am in the chat every day.
Good morning, Catherine. Thank you so much. She came to trivia with us last night. We were rocking at Shipwrecked yesterday, and the weather was so nice. They opened up all the windows.
Yes.
So there's nothing like doing trivia literally on the beach. It was awesome.
Breeze. That's amazing.
It was the breeze. We had the cotton candy sunset. We had random people walking up from the beach yelling out answers. Jerks.
No
It was definitely a really good time. We had over 35 teams for trivia, which would be unmanageable, but Cliff and I can handle it. We've got this covered. And if you're ever looking for something to do, Lemonadio definitely does that. We've got amazing hosts, and our summer schedule is going to be up and out. We are going to be at Neptune's in Hyannis for the summer, which is really exciting. We're talking to Barnstable Brewing right now, Falmouth Yacht Club, and Cape Cod Winery. So we are going to be having some of our summer locations, and we've just got some awesome hosts that are mostly female. I think the only dude that we've got out there doing some trivia right now is Luke.
Yeah,
and he's just like
taking it on.
I know, I love it.
It's awesome.
We've got a full lineup of activities, lemonadio.com, and our events group, which is growing leaps and bounds. We've got almost 11,000 people in that group that just share activities that are going on in your town.
Yep.
Once again, the Cape is geographically massive. And I feel it's really funny when I'm putting on my Mashpee executive director hat and I'm picking up the phone and people are like, so we're going to a wedding in Mashpee and we're staying in Eastham. I'm like, no. Those are not close by.
Nope, you're not doing that.
Well, where can I stay in Mashpee? New Seabury. There's one place that you could stay in Mashpee because we don't have a hotel. Sorry. Stay. What is the closest? If I stay in Hyannis, stay in Falmouth. Falmouth is closer. Like on a map, you really can't tell how big we are.
Right. It's just a little arm.
So if we can support other towns doing cool things and the people that are doing them in those towns, we definitely want to. The LC3, which is our local chambers, is a group that we all get together and we talk and we support each other in each of our towns.
Yeah.
So we're going to be getting together tomorrow and showing off our guidebooks and everything that's going on in our towns.
Nice.
And, we'll have our meeting and then we'll go to lunch. And I'm really excited to get together because each of these towns has different needs, has different things that they highlight.
Yeah.
And we all are so supportive of each other, which I think is really incredible. Please support your local chambers of commerce. We are the ones that are on the ground floor talking to our businesses and finding out what's going on in our town. Once again, Restaurant Week is coming. Plan to come and eat and dine out throughout the town of Mashpee. Really, please support them because it's been quiet.
Yeah.
I get nervous.
It's that lull.
Yeah.
Right before.
Yep. Hopefully we have a big boom in summer and we're able to support all of this and we're looking forward to that. But what else is going on at Oplaces that you want people to know about and how do they find you?
I mean, I think we're kind of in the same place. You and I are putting our summer schedules together and I've had the time to decompress and really get on top of creating, doing resin again. So it's been nice. It's been nice to find my space and we'll bring you more art pieces to the market.
Hi, Justin.
Hello.
We thank our friends over here at Mashpee TV for putting up with us. I'm like, Justin, can you handle this? Sure. He does smile.
Yeah, they are great around here.
Oh, I absolutely love it. And he's got so many wonderful things, including service projects. Mashpee puts together some amazing things. Churches, local councils, local groups, local humans doing amazing things. So please support Mashpee TV. Become a member. You can utilize some of the services that they have here. You want to learn how to roll a camera? You want to show up and do some of this? I know there are a lot of kids that are interested in the making of programs.
Yep.
And you can come here and be a part of this. You can be a member or maybe just kind of wade your toe in to learning some of these skills.
Right.
This is what Mashpee TV is here for.
Dip your toes in, see if you like it.
Right.
And if not, on to the next thing.
You too could be our camera person. We're looking for a producer of this morning show right here. Mama's tired. Mama just wants to walk in and have someone say, lights, camera, action, let's go. This is where we're rolling.
You're making it happen. It's happening.
I am very much looking forward to seeing you out and about at a market soon. So please come and support us financially. That would be great. Lemonade Co. is doing some amazing things, including paying for our farm vendors to be at these markets and supporting them literally with our blood, sweat, and tears. So if you can throw in some gas money or maybe throw in a couple of volunteer hours, lift a ladder, move things around, talk to people, organize a schedule, check people into a market and say, that's over there or that's over there. Not everything is heavy lifting.
No, there's something for everyone to do. And if you want to stop by my house today, I am going to be heading back there to open up the pot shop.
I love what you're doing.
I absolutely love germinating the flowers that are in our yard. So
she's a flower rescuer.
I like getting the trash flowers that people throw out and they think they're dead and they're not. They're not. So we're going to be selling plants and all proceeds are going to Making Waves for Market.
Where do people find the pot shop to go and grab your flowers and other?
57 Tom Ave, Monument Beach.
It's fat. Wait until you see it. The amount of I want to say animals, plants she's rescued.
And the cool thing is, like, everything's in the ground.
Of the angels. Can you make this video for the sad plants that you've rescued?
Just watching them reborn.
Definitely got to see it for sure.
So yes, come and shop some flowers. We dig them right out of the ground, and I'll be there all
I love
day.
this. Yeah. If your garden looks like it's lacking, I actually got my tomatoes in the ground. They've been trellised. I put my peas out there. They're growing like wildfire.
Nice.
And I put together, Cody was laughing. Mom, you put that together by yourself. I can follow directions. Right? He's
Undermines you?
Yeah. He's a little misogynist. I'm working on it. Mom, you can't lift that. Yes, I can.
You watch me.
Also, probably need your help. Big tough guy.
He's great though.
Oh God.
He is so awesome.
I'm so thankful for the youth of America. Thank you for joining us. Bourne Youth Council is where you can send them if you're in the Bourne area. Mashpee, please send them our way. We will put your teenagers to work, get them out there, getting them talking to people, getting them working on their people skills, and getting them to count change back. That's been nice. They can math.
Math's hard, man.
I'm very much looking forward to your ASL program.
Yes.
Oplasis.com.
Yep. Oplasis.com. There's not much happening on there right now because, just trying to get it all together, but we are.
But
still
also,
open
that's where they can find you and book birthday parties and make donations.
Yes. Check it out.
right.
Oplasis.com.
Making waves for our market. That's what Lauren's doing. Follow her on all of the socials. And we will talk to you here tomorrow on the show. Hank is back with us and we'll have what's going on for lunch break. We'll be talking a little bit of real estate. We've got a couple of guests that are jumping in because we're getting close to the first official day of summer. And that means Doug the Quahog makes his official prognostication.
Nice.
We'll find out how many beach days of summer we'll have. And I will be talking to Haley Cote over at the Cape Cod Chamber to see what's going on with that program there. Lots are happening. So we'll talk to you soon. Live from Mashpee TV. Lauren and I are saying goodbye to you today.
See ya.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. Bye. I don't know when that started happening, but everyone in my family, that's how they say goodbye to each other now. Bye.
Same.
Is there a TikTok or is somebody doing this? Hi, David Issa. Goodbye, David Issa. See you later. Bye.